Hello and welcome to my YouTube and Opera channel on LELB Society. In this session I'm going to teach you another advanced reading course on the basis of for and against. The topic of this session is life expectancy or longevity. Before starting, let me show you the flashcards. If there is. Yeah, unless means if not. Revert means to go back to a previous point of time. And either or, neither nor, both and, these are correlative conjunctions in English. And patient. And here terminate means to cancel, possible, and I think that's it. Okay. Here you see some other internal links or hyperlinks. If you click on them, you will be directed to some other posts and pages in which those technical terms have been used. Okay, the title is, or the topic, the title, no one wants to live to be 100. It means no one wants to be too old. It is only natural to look forward to something better. When you look forward to something, it means you enthusiastically wait for that. We do it all our lives. Things may never really improve, but at least we always hope that it will. Okay. It is one of life's great ironies that the longer we live, the less there is to look forward to. Irony is something that is against your expectations. That's why we have irony of situation. When something is ironic, it means that it is not something that you really expected. You know, on LELB Society, if you just visit my website, when you just hover the cursor of your mouth on these internal links or hyperlinks, they will go red. And then if you just click on them, another page will open and you can see some other examples. These are called collocations. So LELB Society can give you a very great and growing corpus of collocations in English, and you can just actually improve your vocabulary knowledge, your collocational knowledge, and see many fresh even unprecedented examples in English, you know, by browsing and going to some other posts. And okay, retirement, another link, may bring with it the fulfillment of a lifetime's dreams, because when you go on retirement, you have plenty of time and you can do whatever that you did not have time for before that. Fulfillment means actualization or realization. At last means finally, there will be time to do all the things we never had time for. I explained it to you. From then on, which means from that time on, after that, the dream fades. Fades means vanish, or let's say disappear. Unless circumstances are exceptional, the prospect of growing really old is horrifying. In order to paraphrase it or restate it or put it in another form or way, unless circumstances are exceptional, it means if circumstances are not exceptional. So remember, unless, first of all, after unless you need to use an affirmative verb. It means positive verb, not negative. That's why we have are, not are not. When you use unless, you cannot have a negative verb, because unless is negative by itself. So negative by negative equals positive, so it doesn't make sense. So if circumstances are not exceptional, the prospect or horizon of growing really old is horrifying or terrifying. Who wants to live long enough to become a doddering wreck? This is a rhetorical question, a question whose answer is clear. So it is just for the sake of putting emphasis. Doddering means shaking or trembling because of weakness, because of senility, or going and actually becoming or too old. Wreck means destruction, ruin. Who wants to revert to that most dreaded of all human conditions? A second childhood. Another rhetorical question. Revert means to go back to that dreaded of all. Dreaded means horrifying and fearful human conditions. A second childhood. Here a metaphor has been made, or a comparison has been made. Let's say the period of old ages, when you go old, has been likened to or compared to a second childhood, because the old become weak and feeble, and they cannot just support themselves, and they need support from their children and other people. From that perspective, actually, they are really dependent, and they act like children. This is natural, by the way, and we should respect them, we should help them. Okay, well, it seems that everybody wants to. The biblical span of 70 years and 10 is simply not enough. Okay, biblical span. Biblical coming from Bible, so it refers to many years ago, or even actually millennia ago, thousands of years ago. 70 years and 10. Score means 20, so 70 years means 3 multiplied by 20 equals 60 plus 10. The whole idea actually equals 70. So it is the typical year. From that point on, you are labeled old. It's simply not enough. Medical science is doing all it can to extend human life. Yeah, medicine has improved our longevity. Extend means prolong. Let me see. Extend is, prolong. Lengthen. Okay. And is succeeding brilliantly, greatly. It means medicine has been able to prolong or extend our longevity, and it has been really successful. Living conditions are so much better. So many diseases can either be prevented or cured, that life expectation has increased enormously. And because of that, life expectation or longevity or life expectancy or lifespan has improved. Okay, because of medical advancement and also advancement in technology. No one would deny that this is a good thing. It is undeniable, inevitable, undoubted, provided one enjoys perfect health. provided or providing that or providing or provided that, it means if. Pay attention. Provided means if. If and only if one enjoys perfect health. If the person actually is healthy, not in pain or agony. But is it a good thing to extend human suffering, to prolong life? Prolong means extend, not in order to give joy and happiness, but to give pain and sorrow. Sorrow means, let's say, grief. Grief. Sorrow. It means that some old people actually are just hospitalized and they keep alive with the help of some machines, breathing machines, for example, and this is not life. They are just hanging in there and they are not enjoying their lives, according to the text. Take an extreme example. Take the case of a man who is so senile, he has lost all his faculties or abilities or talentedness, talents or giftedness. Senile refers to actually a particular attribute or condition in the old who cannot, according to which actually they cannot, for example, do the things that they used to do in the past when they were young or not so old. For example, some diseases may show up, such as the Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and amnesia and some other mentally oriented or mental diseases. They turn to be forgetful, and because of senility, the noun form. He is in hospital in an unconscious state with little chance of coming round. Unconscious. It means you are not aware of what is happening around you. Unconscious. For example, if a person goes into a coma, he becomes unconscious. But he is kept alive by artificial means or instruments. Breathing machines, as I said, for an indefinite period, unknown period of time. This is not life, according to the text. Everyone, his friends, relatives, and even the doctors agree that death will bring release. It means that the person must not be in let's say happiness and joyfulness, so death would be a better solution to the problem. Okay. Indeed, the patient himself would agree. Okay. If he were in a position to give voice to his feelings. Conditional sentence type 2. If he were, not he was. Pay attention, because it is an imaginary situation, unreal. If he were in a position to give voice to express, and voice can be used as a verb too, his feelings. But because of the fact that he is not in that position, therefore actually cannot express his feelings. Yet everything is done to perpetuate what has become a meaningless existence. When you perpetuate something, it means that you try to make it last for a longer period of time. For example, permanent, make it permanent. Perpetuate. So everything is done to prolong what has become a meaningless existence, because actually the person is just alive, but he is like, as a matter of fact, a dead person, he or she. The question of euthanasia raises some moral issues. Euthanasia is the let's say a kind of hospital-based protocol according to which the doctors are allowed to kill let's say a patient without any hope for recovery, and that patient is in agony or pain, so they just do something to terminate his life. Another meaning of that is coup de grace, or mercy killing. So raises some moral issues, ethical problems, moral issues, since it implies that active measures will be taken to terminate human life. Measure means action here. Imply means actually it says something indirectly. That's why we have implicit versus explicit. Implicit means it's an adjective. It means something that has been said indirectly. Explicit means something that has been said directly, openly. Okay. And this is an exceedingly dangerous principle, means extremely dangerous rule to allow. It refers back to euthanasia. But might it not be possible to compromise? Okay, compromise means to agree in critical and difficult situations. Okay, you agree with something or on something, but you have to. With regard to, there are so many links here because actually there are some other examples on LELB Society. Just visit my website at the link, the URL is here, lelb.net. With regard to means in relation to senility, it refers, it's the noun form of senile. It might be preferable. Pay attention to the pronunciation of this word. It's not preferable, it is preferable, because the verb is prefer and it is more common, and you may come to this conclusion that it must be preferable. No, it might be preferable to let nature take its course. Another example, away from you at a simple click. So let nature take its course. Course here refers to a particular period of time. So when you let nature take its course, it means do not interfere with nature. With, for example, if you need to die, so do not be so persistent or assertive. Don't try to change it. It's your destiny, according to this actually text. When death will relieve. Relieve means pacify suffering. After all, as a conclusion, this would be doing no more than was done in the past, before medical science made it possible to interfere with the course of nature, as I explained it to you. It refers to actually the term let nature take its course. Do not intervene, do not meddle in. Let me write it. Meddle in or with means interfere with the course of nature. Okay? Well, there are people in Afghanistan and Russia who are reputed, means famous, to live to a ripe old age. Yeah, people actually from these two nationalities and geographical places. Genetically, there are healthy people, and they tend to live for a long period of time. These exceptionally robust individuals are just getting into their stride at 70. Robust means strong, healthy individuals. Going back to Afghanistan, I mean, people from Afghanistan and Russia, or Afghani or Russian people, are getting into their stride. It means at that time, when they just turn into their 70s, or even become octogenarian or nonagenarians, actually they go through some even enjoyable periods of time. They get into their stride. It means they can make a lot of improvement, and they don't suffer from old age. And cases have been reported of men over 120 getting married and having children. Well, I don't have any information to prove or disprove it. Some of these people are said to be over 150 years old. Some of them are said to be, have been reported. Under such exceptional conditions, who wouldn't want to go on living forever, living eternally? Eternity is the noun for another rhetorical question. But in our societies, to be 70 usually means that you are old. To be 90 often means that you are decrepit. The difference between decrepit and senile that I explained to you is that usually decrepitness has something to do with physical disabilities because of the old age. However, senility or being senile has something to do with mental disabilities because of old age. For example, a decrepit person may have some difficulties walking. He or she just wobbles because of old age, and a senile person may forget things easily. You see? The instinct for self-preservation is the strongest we possess. Possess means own, O-W-N, or have. Yes. Instinct is a natural ability or tendency to do something. Okay? For example, the survival is the strongest of all instincts. Survival. It means you want to just continue living. For self-preservation, to conserving your own life, taking care of your life, because life is sacred, is the strongest we possess. We cling dearly to life. Cling means stick to, means being attached to something. Here means protecting our life while we have it and enjoy it. But if there always comes a time when we'd be better off dead, but there always comes a time when we'd better off dead. It means we become so old that we cannot do many things, or sometimes anything, and therefore at that time it's better for us to be dead, according to this. And do not just try to combat or fight against nature. It is a part of our nature. We need to make room for newcomers. And yeah. Okay, so I really hope that you enjoyed this unit. We are about to completely cover this. There are 30 chapters of this book, For and Against. And remember, these are some tags. In the tags area, write below the content of the post you see some related posts and also tags, and if you click on them you will see some other relevant posts. And if you have any question, you can just actually join LELB Society with your social media accounts and leave your comments, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And also, this is the latest post on Apparat, and also some posts on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram to receive fresh posts, and also YouTube. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and Apparat channel, and just follow LELB Society on social media. And if you need to attend my classes, just contact me on Skype, Telegram, and also there is a free class on Mondays for improving your actually English in preparation for the IELTS exam. Speaking practice class, it's free. Just click on that and you will have all the necessary information about the class time and activities and so on and so forth. Alright, thank you very much for your attention and take care.